You felt it before, that electric moment when you're vibing with a woman. She's laughing at your jokes, locking eyes just a little longer than usual, maybe nudging you playfully. Everything feels right. But then, the second guessing begins. Is she actually into you, or is she just being polite? Here's the truth no one really tells you. Women rarely come out and say, "I like you." It's not how they operate. Instead, they speak a different language, a language of glances, gestures, and subtle cues. And unless you know how to read that language, chances are you're missing the signs, the green lights, the quiet yes that never gets said out loud. But imagine this. What if you could finally decode the mystery? What if every smirk, every glance, every small touch suddenly made perfect sense? Because in this video we're lifting the veil. You're about to learn the secret signals women give when they're genuinely interested. The ones most guys overlook, and the ones that could change everything for you. No more guessing. No more mixed signals. Just clarity. Let's jump into the silent signs, the nonverbal truth that reveal when a woman is truly into you. Sign 1. Her eyes speak the truth her lips won't say. They say the eyes never lie. And when it comes to attraction, they practically scream the truth, if you know how to listen. Picture this. You're across the room, lost in your own world, and then it happens. A glance. Not just any glance, but her glance. It lingers, just a moment too long to be casual. That's not an accident. That's interest, raw and unrehearsed. Because when a woman feels something, it often shows up in her eyes before it ever reaches her words. The lingering look. It's subtle, barely noticeable. But if she holds your gaze just a beat longer than what's considered normal, that's her mind battling her heart. One says look away, the other says I like this. Stay. That hesitation, that pause, it's loaded with meaning. The double take. Ever caught her stealing a second glance as you walked by? That's no coincidence. It's instinct, her desire catching up to her curiosity. That look back is her way of saying, wait, did I just feel something? And she wants to feel it again. The shy flicker. Then there's the quick glance followed by a sudden look away, the kind of thing she does when she's afraid of giving too much away. She likes what she sees, but she's not ready to show her cards. So she glances, panics, and retreats. But don't be fooled. That retreat? That's attraction in disguise. The eyes don't lie even if she tries. And here's the most powerful sign, one she can't control even if she wanted to: dilated pupils. That's biology doing the talking. When we're drawn to someone, our pupils naturally widen. It's a primal response, like our body letting its guard down and saying, I'm into this. She might not notice it, but you should. The bottom line? If you pay attention to her eyes, the way they linger, dart, widen, you'll start to see the truth most men miss. Because her mouth might stay silent, but her eyes? They're already telling you everything. Sign 2, she keeps showing up, and it's no coincidence. Let me paint you a picture. You're sitting at your usual spot in that quiet little coffee shop you love. The one you've been going to for months. You're mid-sip when you notice her walk in. Again. Second time this week. And here's the thing, you've never seen her there before last week. Now maybe it's just coincidence. Or maybe it's something more. Because attraction doesn't always announce itself with fireworks. Sometimes, it tiptoes in quietly, finding the nearest seat to yours and pretending it's just by chance. See, when a woman feels drawn to you, she won't always come right out and say it. But what she will do is gravitate toward you. Repeatedly, subtly, purposefully. The art of being near. If she's suddenly appearing in your usual haunts, the places she never used to go, your gym, your hangout spots, your go-to cafe, don't be fooled. That's not random. That's strategy. That's desire dressed as coincidence. Think about it. In a room full of chairs, she picks the one next to you. At the gym, she's no longer using the treadmill across the room. She's now stretching 2 mats away. And those accidental hallway run-ins? They're starting to feel a little too well-timed. Attraction moves closer, not away. People naturally move toward the energy they want more of. So if she's orbiting you again and again, it's not just for fun. It's because she wants to be in your space. She wants to feel your presence, even if she's too shy to say it out loud. Her body is moving before her words ever do. She's chasing a feeling. She's chasing you. And the most telling part? She probably doesn't even realize how often she's making these random appearances. But you should. Because when someone's drawn to you, their actions speak louder than their lips ever could. And we're just getting started. Because up next, we're diving into the one thing she says without saying a word. A sign that goes deeper than body language or eye contact. And it might just blow your mind. Stick around, you don't want to miss what's coming. Sign 3, she mirrors your every move. Have you ever noticed someone adjusting their body the same way you just did? Like shifting in their seat right after you, or picking up a drink just seconds after you reach for yours? It might seem like nothing, but it's actually everything. Because when a woman starts to mirror your movements, she's revealing something her words haven't caught up to yet. She feels connected to you. And here's the wild part, it's not something she's doing on purpose. Her subconscious is quietly syncing with yours, like a silent dance neither of you agreed to, but both are performing. The unseen language of attraction. Think about it. She laughs in the same rhythm you do. She starts using your favorite phrases. Her posture subtly shifts to match yours. Her tone rises and falls with yours during conversations. That's not imitation, it's rapport. It's chemistry. And it's happening beneath the surface. Humans are wired for connection. When we're drawn to someone, really drawn to them, our brains instinctively start to mimic their patterns. It's a way of saying, I feel safe with you. I belong with you. And she may have no clue she's even doing it. Want to see if she's into you without asking a single question? Try this, change something small. Cross your legs differently. Shift your weight. Lean in slightly. Then wait. If she subtly follows, you've just seen the truth unfold right in front of you. Because this kind of unspoken mimicry is one of the most honest signs of emotional alignment. No pretending. No masks. Just her subconscious echoing your energy. And guess what? The best connections in life don't need words. They move in rhythm. They breathe in sync. But hold on, we're not done yet. Up next, we're diving into the moment she opens up and shows you a side of herself no one else gets to see. And when she does, you'll know without a doubt that you're not just anyone. Stay close. It only gets better from here. Sign 4, she can't keep her hands off you. Let me take you back for a moment. You're sitting side by side, maybe at a coffee shop, maybe at a party. You crack a joke, she laughs, leans in, and her hand lightly touches your arm. Just for a second. Nothing dramatic. But it lingers. Just long enough to feel intentional. You brush it off. Maybe it was nothing. But then it happens again. And again. That's not by chance. That's her body speaking a language far more honest than words. Because when a woman is into you, really into you, touch becomes her secret weapon. It's subtle. It's playful. And it's powerful. The unspoken language of touch. See, human beings are hardwired to crave connection. And touch. It's the oldest, rawest form of communication we have. It bypasses logic and taps straight into emotion. So when a woman starts reaching out, physically, softly, casually, it's not random. It's instinct. And not all touch is created equal. The accidental brushes. Her hand grazes yours as you walk. Her knee touches yours under the table. You'd think she just didn't notice. But trust me, she did. And so did her nervous system. When these brushes happen once, maybe it's nothing. But when they keep happening, her body is pulling her closer, even if her mind hasn't caught up yet. The touch that lingers. That hug that holds on a second too long. The hand on your shoulder that doesn't quite pull away. That lingering contact? It's her way of saying, I don't want this moment to end. And no, she doesn't do that with just anyone. The playful slaps and nudges. You tease her. She giggles and playfully smacks your arm. It looks innocent, feels like fun. But underneath the surface, it's her testing the waters. It's her way of bridging the gap without making things awkward or obvious. Because here's the truth most guys miss. Touch is never just about touch. It's about closeness, comfort, chemistry. It's her way of asking, "Can I be a little closer to you?" without ever needing to say a word. And if she keeps doing it, she's hoping you'll pick up on what her body's already telling you, loud and clear. But it doesn't stop there. Because when a woman starts sharing not just physical space but personal stories, secrets, and the little pieces of herself she rarely reveals, that's when you know you've stepped into deeper territory. And that's exactly what we're covering next. Stay tuned. This next sign is where things start to get truly personal. Sign 5. She can't stop laughing at your jokes. Let me tell you something most men overlook. It's not about how funny your joke actually is. It's about how she feels when you're the one saying it. Picture this. You crack a joke. Maybe it's not even your best material. But she laughs. Not a polite chuckle. Not the "I should laugh to be nice" kind of giggle. No, this is the full body, head tilting, can't help herself kind of laugh. Her eyes light up. She leans in. And for a moment it's like the rest of the world fades out. That kind of laughter? That's not about the punchline. That's about you. Because when a woman is genuinely into you, everything you say is a little funnier, a little more charming, a little more magnetic. Here's what to watch for. It's not just if she laughs, it's how she laughs. The exaggerated giggler. Maybe your joke was just okay, but she's laughing like you're headlining a comedy special. What? Because attraction turns ordinary moments into highlights. Her brain is literally rewarding her for being near you. That laugh is her way of saying, "I like being around you, and I want more." The lean-in laugh. This one's golden. If she laughs and leans in toward you at the same time, her body is doing what her heart hasn't yet confessed. It's reaching for connection. That lean is her way of subconsciously closing the gap, pulling you closer into her space and her life. The callback queen. And here's a major sign that she's thinking about you when you're not around. She references an old joke you made days ago. Maybe she says it in passing, maybe she laughs at it again. Either way, it stayed with her. And trust me, casual jokes don't live rent-free in someone's head unless there's something deeper going on. The psychology behind it. Laughter isn't just noise. It's chemistry in action. It lowers emotional walls, builds intimacy, and deepens bonds. So when she's laughing at your jokes, even the bad ones, it's not just about humor. It's about how you make her feel. Because real laughter isn't forced. It's not polite. It's a sign that you've reached a place most guys never do. You've sparked joy. And when a woman feels joy around you, she'll keep coming back for more. But hold on, because in the next sign we're diving into the most intimate giveaway of all, when she shares things with you she doesn't share with anyone else. Her secrets, her thoughts, her world. And once she opens that door, everything changes. Sign 6. She gives you her undivided attention. We live in a world where distractions are everywhere. Scrolls, pings, pop-ups. Everyone's attention is pulled in 1,000 directions. Conversations are often half-hearted, shared between glances at glowing screens and scattered thoughts. But every once in a while, someone breaks that pattern. When a woman is truly into you, her attention becomes something rare. And if you've got it, really got it, it means far more than words ever could. The power of presence. You're talking. Just talking. But she's not just hearing your words, she's absorbing them. You mention a childhood memory or your favorite band or something you only said once in passing, and a week later she brings it up. That's not small talk. That's connection. She's not checking her phone. She's not scanning the room. Her eyes don't wander. Instead, she's locked into you, like what you're saying is the most important thing in her world at that moment. The details that matter. She remembers the little things. The name of your dog. The way you like your coffee. The fact that you hate small elevators. These aren't just facts. They're signs she's paying attention because you matter. And here's the secret. Women don't give that kind of focused energy to someone they're indifferent about. The questions that go deeper. She's not sticking to surface-level chat. She wants to know what drives you, what you believe, what keeps you up at night or gets you out of bed in the morning. That's not just curiosity, it's emotional investment. Because when a woman gives you her undivided attention, she's not just listening, she's trying to know you. And that kind of attention? It's sacred in today's noisy world. Try this. Next time you're talking, pause. Don't say a word for a few seconds. If she leans in, waits, watches your eyes, and follows up with something thoughtful, she's not just present. She's engaged. And where there's engagement, there's interest. But what happens when she not only listens, but begins to share? Her past, her fears, her dreams. The vulnerable side she doesn't show just anyone. That's when things shift, and that's exactly what we're exploring next. Sign 7. She teases you, but there's more behind that smile. It starts with a smirk, maybe an exaggerated eye roll. Then comes the playful jab. Something you said? She's quoting it back to you in a dramatic voice. The way you hold your coffee? She's mimicking it like it's a signature move. You laugh, she laughs, and suddenly you're in her game. But here's what you might not realize. This isn't just harmless fun. This is flirting in its purest, most ancient form. When a woman teases you, she's not being mean, she's being bold. She's testing the waters with a grin on her face. Teasing is her secret signal. We tend to think of teasing as something kids do on the playground. But in truth, it's one of the oldest ways humans have sparked connection. Why? Because it builds tension. That sweet spot between push and pull, challenge and charm. If she's giving you a hard time in a playful way, it's because she wants to see how you'll respond. It's her way of saying, I'm interested, but I'm not going to make it too easy. Here's what to notice. The playful mockery. She pokes fun at your music taste, your obsession with pineapple pizza, or the way you always mispronounce that one word. But it's never mean, there's a light in her eyes when she does it. She's not mocking. She's connecting. The flirty challenge. She dares you to try something outside your comfort zone. She playfully bets you can't beat her at a game or outdance her at a party. It's competitive, yes, but in a way that pulls you closer, not apart. It's her subtle way of inviting more interaction, more spark, more you. The nickname game. And then there's the nickname. Not the generic kind, but something playful, specific, and just a little weird. That's not accidental. That's her way of carving out a little space for just you in her world. She doesn't give that name to anyone else. And here's the truth. Teasing is never just teasing. It's layered, intentional, strategic. She's reading your reactions, measuring your energy, checking if you can match her vibe. Laugh with her. Tease her back. Pass the test, and you'll be unlocking a door most never get to even knock on. But what happens when the teasing fades, and the real vulnerability starts to show? When the walls drop and she lets you in, not just to flirt, but to feel. In the next sign, we're diving into the one thing women only do when they're starting to trust you on a deeper level. Stay close. This is where things shift from playful to powerful. Sign 8. She acts different when you're around. Ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Like someone flipped a switch? That's what happens when she sees you. Because one of the clearest signs a woman secretly likes you is when she can't help but change around you, and she may not even realize it. Maybe she suddenly gets fidgety. She's playing with her hair, adjusting her clothes, touching her necklace like it holds the answer. That's not nervousness for no reason. That's her trying to look just right for you. Or maybe she lights up. Louder laughs. Brighter smile. She's more animated, more playful, like she's running on adrenaline. That's not a mood shift. That's excitement she can't bottle up. And sometimes it goes the other way. The girl who's usually the life of the party suddenly goes quiet around you. Not because she's bored, but because now the stakes feel real. Bottom line? If she's acting out of character when you're near, more shy, more giddy, more anything, it's not random. just because your presence means something. But what if she starts letting you in beyond the small talk? What if she opens up about her life in ways she doesn't with anyone else? Stick around, because next we're uncovering the moment a woman goes from interested to emotionally invested. Sign 9. She mentions you even when you're not there. You're not in the room, but somehow your name still is. Because when a woman's genuinely into you, her feelings don't pause the moment you walk away. In fact, that's when the truth often slips out. Her friends tease her when you show up, little side glances, knowing smiles, maybe even a casual, "So, this is the guy?" That's not random. That's proof you've come up in conversations when you weren't even around to hear them. She brings up moments only you two shared. An inside joke, a random memory, a weird snack you both bonded over. It's her way of reliving those moments, because they meant something. And then there's the name drop. In stories. In passing. In the middle of a totally unrelated topic. You know who'd love this? You. That's not by accident. That's her keeping you present in her world, even when you're not physically there. Because here's the truth. Attraction isn't just about butterflies in the moment. It's about who lingers in her mind when the moment has passed. She may never come right out and say it, but if she's thinking about you when you're not there, if she's talking about you, laughing about you, weaving you into her stories, you've already made an impact. And now, it all builds to one final sign. The one thing she does that goes beyond flirting, beyond teasing, beyond casual interest. Sign 10. She moves like you, talks like you, without even thinking. You cross your arms. A minute later she does the same. You lean in and suddenly so does she. Feels small, right? But it's not. Are you hooked? Because when a woman is secretly drawn to you, her body starts echoing yours, without permission, without planning. It's not mimicry. It's chemistry in motion. Psychologists call it mirroring. But for her, it's instinct. When she feels connected, her gestures start syncing with yours. You sip your drink, she mirrors it. You tilt your head, hers follows. It's subtle, almost invisible, but it's real. Even her words begin to shift. That joke you made earlier? She brings it back. That odd phrase you use? Suddenly it's in her mouth too. She's aligning with your energy, matching your rhythm, without realizing it. And it goes deeper. If you're calm, she softens. If you're playful, she fires back with equal spark. It's an emotional dance, and she's following your lead step for step. Because mirroring isn't something you try, it's something you feel. And when it shows up in conversation and body language, it's one of the clearest signs her interest runs deep. You're watching Become Stoic, the channel that helps you notice what's been right under your nose all along. If this video brought you clarity, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell, because next time she accidentally touches your arm, you'll know exactly what's really going on.